Phoenix, Arizona, you are free of Bradley Beal. I'm not a Suns fan, but everyone I know that's a Suns fan, ecstatic right now. Bradley Beal has been cut. He's been bought out. His money's getting stretched. He's losing like $12 million, 14, I think, off of his original contract, which realistically, when we compare it to different contracts right now that are getting bought out, a lot of people are pointing out the Damian Lillard contract because both of these are like unprecedented contracts. We've never seen someone on this high of a contract get cut. Like that just doesn't happen. Usually at that point you can like package like a first round pick or whatever and just trade them off. But Dame is signed on I think it's like 4 years that you're going to be stuck with him. Beal had a 1+1. It's either a team or a player option. Regardless, you're going to have him at most for 2 years. So even if you just eat the money, it's not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing, even if you just eat the money. You are stretching it so you can dip. They fully dip below the second and first apron now, so they're fully out of the aprons. And he's landing in LA. This is something that's been rumored for a while. This is something that was pretty much all but confirmed when the Clippers traded away Norman Powell for John Collins. It was just something that after seeing that trade, we just knew that meant Bradley Beal was coming. You're basically replacing Norman Powell with older Norman Powell. For the Suns, this really puts them in a really, really, really weird spot. Like a really weird spot because you just signed Devin Booker to this huge extension. And you got really nothing else going for you. Now you just have dead money. Dead money. I mean, this shows you how little value Bradley Beal had across the league. I mean, personally, I think Bradley Beal is the most overhated player in the league right now because he's not that bad. It's just he's making $55 million. And when you look at other guys that are making $55 million, he sticks out. You're comparing his monetary value should mean that he's having the same level of production as a guy like Giannis. That makes no sense. Even if you compare someone that is agreed upon to be on the lower end of those high contract guys, you're looking at Jaylen Brown. Bradley Beal is nowhere near Jaylen Brown. Now that he's on basically a $5.5 million a year contract, it's a 2-year deal with a player option. That's $11 million. He's probably not taking his second year unless something bad happens and no one wants him. I love that contract for Bradley Beal. If I'm a team, I will happily take in Bradley Beal for basically the mid-level exception. The lower mid-level exception. Not even the high fancy one. The lower mid-level exception. That's fine with me. Now, the Clippers, it's the unction. That's what everyone's been saying. It's the unction over there. You got Kawhi Leonard when he plays. You have James Harden when he plays. And you have Bradley Beal when he plays. Fit together, kind of weird. But we saw it work with Norman Powell there. So it should work with Bradley. My issue with Bradley Beal. Obviously, Bradley is still a good scorer. He's not the same level of ball handler and scorer that he was in Washington, but he's like 32 now. What do you expect? He's not the best passer. God knows he can't play defense. But really, you just swapped out Norman Powell for Norman Powell and John Collins. So I'm really liking what the Clippers are doing this offseason. I like this acquisition a lot. This is going to be really interesting. Now expect next season, I fully expect next season Bradley Beal declines his option unless he really, really likes LA. Say he plays and he's healthy and he's fine and he plays. He's going to decline his option unless he loves LA and they like win a chip or something. Even then, I don't know if he stays. So he declines his option. Expect him to make like $15 million next season. I mean, we're going to have a lot of teams actually have cap space, something we did not have this offseason. No one but the Brooklyn Nets had cap space, and the Nets were not really too interested in using it. They used it to acquire more capital by trading off Cam Johnson to basically double his contract with MPJ. More teams will actually have cap space. And I think You can see Bradley Beal play a decent chunk of the season. You can see the value that he does bring to a team. And when you don't have to give him a superstar, like team-saving level contract, you like Bradley Beal. He is a good second option, a great third option. So for the Clippers, that's perfect. You already have your first and second option in Harden and Kawhi. Now, who is the first option? Who's the second option seems to just be on any given day. Any given day could be at either one of them. Who's on the court today? Have Beal. I think it's a great move for the Clippers. For the Suns, I think it's just important you get him out of the locker room. I mean, clearly at this point, it is so obvious that no one in Phoenix wants him there. The front office doesn't want him there. It doesn't seem like the coaching staff wants him there. It doesn't seem like the fans want him there. It seemed like the only person that wanted to be in Phoenix was Bradley Beal. So now he's not there. Yeah, you're going to have to eat some money. They did cut, I think, $14 million off of his contract. So it's still getting stretched out. I don't know the implications of the stretch, how long it's getting stretched out, for what money each year. Does it increase? Does it decrease? I don't know. But it's 54 each year. So it's $108 million for 2 years. That's assuming it's a team option, a player option, not a team option. It's a team option. They can just waive that, and it's just $54 million. And he loses 14. That's okay. You're not really a free agent destination. You're Phoenix, Arizona. You can't really do anything if you're over the second apron, and your team wasn't good enough to even make the playoffs. Weren't good enough to even make the play-in. So the second apron to you, now if you were a team like the Thunder, as they will soon find out, if you're winning championships, you don't care. Oh, my pick is going to be the 30th pick in the draft? Well, it was going to be anyway. The Suns, your pick, which you don't have in the first place, that's probably going to be like a top 5 pick. You're not going to just punt that to 30th because you wanted to pay Bradley Beal. What? So I understand it. I think it's a good move for each side. I think for the Clippers, honestly, this is an easy like A-. And for the Suns, it's kind of hard to grade because you lose someone for nothing. The Bradley Beal experience, an F. But this specific move, like a C+. I think it's fine. It's passing. It really is just passing. Anyways, that's all I had. We'll see how Bradley does with the Clippers. I expect him to do well. Who knows what's going on down there in Phoenix, Arizona? Who knows?